But no, Nick, man, even though the Pacers lost, it's like, you know what? I don't care. They always lose, right? Isn't that right?
Yeah. We back. We had internet issues, guys. I wiggled my computer and disconnected my internet by accident. And then it didn't want to switch over to my Wi-Fi one for some reason. So I just did a double check. We're running good. So you guys, we can all come back. All right. Good double internet check. Internet
Right.
test speed. There we go. Yeah, well, I have it hardwired and Wi-Fi, but for some reason, it didn't want to kick back over to the Wi-Fi when I disconnected the wire, so I didn't disconnect the wire, I jiggled it. So I don't know. Damn. But yeah, we're good, we're back. I haven't ever had that happen before, so I think that was my fault. I think that was 100% my fault, to be honest.
Yeah, might have been your one there. I don't
It's
know.
probably my fault.
Yeah, you there?
Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
Little technical difficulty. You know what I mean? Little. You know what I mean? It's all right.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to set this up so when you guys call, you guys will pop up automatic. Gonna be cool. Yeah, sorry, the internet sucked balls, guys. I was like, oh no. It said, I knew I had an issue and I looked up and it said, you're not live anymore. Do you want to keep recording?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not the fiber. How you doing, Justin?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. You know what? I'd be doing better if the Pacers won the championship. But yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
The NBA drafts on Thursday. NBA
What was that?
draft Thursday, Justin.
Yeah, you
Paying
ready for
attention to the
that?
drafts. You know the guy. What's his
Yeah,
name?
man, I'm
Cooper.
doing great.
What's the
Well,
guy's name?
honestly, no, I am
Cooper Flag
doing
from Detroit.
great. I'm doing great.
What's the guy? Not Detroit. Duke. This is like for Kentucky or Duke. The guy Cooper Flag. What's the guy's name?
I head out on my
Mhm.
cruise tomorrow. You know that,
Yeah,
Justin?
I'm doing. What was that?
I head out on my cruise tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Nick is going on a cruise tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going not on Carnival though.
Princess Beauty. No.
Nope. Keep guessing.
Um. King Dong Hum.
Nope. You don't know any other cruise lines?
Oh, King Lashes.
So you don't know any.
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you been drinking a little this morning?
Yeah, a little bit.
Or this is afternoon for you, right? Lunchtime?
That's right.
Yeah, the Royal Caribbean. It'd be nice.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I've heard of them, the Royal Caribbean. Yeah.
Uh,
That's so freaking cool. Where you guys going?
uh, um, Cabo for 2 days, Ensenada.
Oh, wow. Only the Royal.
Yeah, but do it at the Royal way. Yes.
And that's not fair. That's not fair.
Yeah. Might make the family some good breakfast this morning. I don't know what kind yet. Maybe pancakes. I don't know. Remember when Grandpa
Yeah.
Killian used to make those little silver dollar pancakes?
Oh yeah, I remember those.
He never liked making
Yeah,
big pancakes because they were, I think, easier to flip. So he'd make these little ones always. Uh,
I spoke to Lauren. I spoke to Lauren this morning.
we'll talk off cam. How about that?
What was that?
We don't have to talk about that on live. We'll talk about it. I'll call you after this.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I was just
Anyway,
gonna say that. I spoke to manager Lauren. Yeah,
yeah, no, just.
no right.
Well, you dabbing? No, you did big dab.
Yep.
Hell yeah! All right, let me get a big dab in. So, what are you drinking on, Justin?
Vodka, cheap vodka.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
I'm
my
drinking
last
hot again,
dab.
dude.
I'm gonna do the last dab of this. I got one more over here, but the last of this 1 gram of the white Durban.
Hey Nick, what about
What?
the
Nick,
black
you trying to
derby?
play the duo Warzone
Hey,
or
what
what?
about the?
Yeah, we'll see.
Hey Nick, what about the black derby?
Yeah, I gotta probably make breakfast now. This might be my last dab. I'll try to get back on here a little
For
bit.
sure.
It's just
For
such a
sure.
busy day since we're heading out tomorrow. I got to get a haircut too. That's the other thing. If I don't get a haircut, I'm gonna be pissed.
Hey, look at this. Hey, look at this. Look at my haircut.
Man, that looks like
That's
you
right.
used a good razor on it, huh?
That's right. You're raised with the pit bull. The
Looks like
pit
a
bull.
pit bull, baby. Is that a
Yeah.
pit bull? Hey, it's like Back to the Future, Justin. You're like Back to the Future. Is that a pit
Yeah.
bull?
That's
Got
a pit
no
bull, man. Hey,
power.
that's a pit bull.
Got no power. I got a
Yeah.
pit
Got
bull
no
now.
power.
I got a pit bull now.
Hey, that's so funny in Back to the Future. I love that scene. I love that scene. Got no
Hubboards don't
power.
got yeah. Hubboards don't work on water. Ain't got no power. Uh,
Hey, wasn't that funny that his son was a wimp? Marty McFly's son. He was like a total wimp. Yeah.
yeah. And I like the very end when the pit bull flew away the little girl after he took her little board. He goes, "Here you go, kid." And she goes, "Keep it. I got a pit bull now."
That's right. Yeah.
That pit bull was cool. It even had the 2 little strings, the 3 strings you could trap onto people's wrists so you can pull people
Yeah.
around for all the other lamos who don't have fucking power boards.
That was funny. And then he always kept the little miniature uh hoverboard.
That's right. Dab time.
That was freaking funny. He kept the miniature.
Yeah, it was. Remember, he did the same thing in first one, where it was a dude on a scooter with a handle, and he broke it and skateboarded it. And for her, she had a
Yeah.
little handle too, and he took it off and skateboarded it.
That movie, honestly, all the three Back to the Future movies are the best ever. Yeah, they're the best.
You hope they remake them?
Honestly, I don't want them to, but yet at the same time, I would love them to. Does that make sense? You know.
Oh yeah.
Hey, dude, what about you? Do you think they should make Back to the Future? I'm sorry, man. My name, remembrance, and remembering people. What's your name again? I'm sorry.
Noah.
Noah.
Noah. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I feel so bad about that. Because I don't want to say, hey you. Um,
Oh, you're good.
anyways, Noah, do you think they should make another Back to the Future movie
Honestly,
again?
it would
What do
be
you think?
weird because I wish that one actor was kind of stable, but he's not because it sucks how like diseases are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if they
Strangely,
Well,
could
that
get
yeah,
guy
a
was a
Michael J.
humble.
Fox.
God, if they cured Parkinson, he could make a comeback and be like a Back to the Future 4 or something. That'd be crazy.
Bro, it shows you money doesn't bring you fucking anything because that guy has so much money and look at what he has. He has like
Well, I remember
he could
years
barely.
ago they said $1 billion would cure it. Well, I mean, would it really?
They still
Bro,
not cured it. They still.
no, but Justin, maybe depends on the actors. Has to be good actors in it. You know what I mean?
What a world we live in if
Yeah,
you could cure something, but we don't do it.
It's just because all the
yeah,
pharmacy
Noah.
pills, bro. It's all the pharmacy.
Yeah,
That's it.
Noah. No,
What
Noah.
happened?
If they could use like good actors and do the like the right script, would you like
We're
to
all wearing
see another
fucking.
Back to the Future? Another Back to the Future.
we
Uh,
like gray. What can we say,
yeah,
Danny boy?
yeah, Justin.
That's funny.
What was that?
And Magic
No,
Johnson
someone said.
beat AIDS with money. Well, I mean, nowadays, yeah, money. Well, the thing is the drugs was very expensive. You know, they're getting easier and cheaper too. So a lot of people are able to manage it a lot
No,
easier.
dude. Hush. Wait, hold on. Wait, let me do a hush puppy fish thing. Hush puppy. Okay, anyways. Look, if they wait, 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 wait. If they could do, if they could make another Back to the Future movie, right? With the good actors, wouldn't that be a good thing or a bad thing? Yes or no? Good thing or bad thing? If
Good
they could
thing.
do that.
Great thing.
That'd be a good thing.
How about
Yeah.
this? How about
Hush,
this?
puppy. Hush, puppies. no, 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 no. Okay, never mind. I'm done. I'm done making jokes. I'm
All
done.
right. How about this? What if they make Back to the Future 4 with Doc and another person other than Michael J. Fox?
Wait, another person?
Well, obviously Michael J. Fox wouldn't be in it.
I would say no. What do you think? What do you guys think? I would say no.
What if it's the kid who plays Spider-Man? He kind of looks like Michael J. Fox.
What about Terminator? Arnold? No,
Remake,
no,
remake,
no, no,
remake it, remake it.
no.
They only did remade it 78 times right now, right? They did like how many
Yeah.
Terminators?
Bro, one just came out, right? Like recently, like a couple years ago, or 10. I don't know.
It's Terminator on Terminator on Terminator. Studios only make movies that know they'll make money now. Well, that's the other thing. That's why they just fucking keep remaking things. Oh, our last Spider-Man made $1 billion. I got an idea.
Let's make
Spider-Man.
another one. Let's make another one, and then another
Spider-Man.
one.
Oh, Nick, I love the way you do that. You're like Spider-Man. Sp- oh yeah.
But it's like
Next, hey,
Jurassic World. Look
hey,
how many
roll
Jurassic.
off your tongue, Nick. It just rolled off the tongue like Spider-Man. Yeah. no,
Pretty sure that's how you're supposed to
no.
say it, Justin.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, yeah.
What do you guys like? What do you guys think about like Jurassic? They keep on making over and over.
Yeah, the
You think
new
it's a good
one's
thing?
supposed to be crazy, crazy. Where they're like having like everything's like a not even a regular dinosaur anymore. I don't think. I think they're all like hybrids.
They're
It
like
looks
exotic and
insane.
shit.
Yeah, it looks so crazy from what I've seen. I kind of look like I wanted to see it, but
And there's that new F1 movie. You should when you come back from the cruise. You should with Brad Pitt.
oh yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
cool. Go to Cabo Wabo. The nice thing about this cruise ship, it's staying on Cabo, so I'll be able to get off all throughout the night and hang out in Cabo as late as I want if I want to.
How many people are they expected on the cruise? Like 5,000 or some shit? A lot.
Yeah, 5,000 to 6,000.
Shit. You better
Hey,
win big if
no.
you play slot machines.
Hey, no.
What happened?
No. No.
Oh,
No.
I
I
was
was
just
gonna say.
asking ChatGPT. What were you
No, I
saying?
was gonna say no. Do you think the Pacers will be back again, or probably not?
Maybe it depends if the team doesn't leave them. Like what Nick says, if you teams like to like leave, I mean players like to leave and that's not good because you know how the chemistry is. So I feel like
Yeah,
OKC is a player safe for OKC. OKC could run it back again, but Pacers, I say they could go to the playoffs again next year.
but I get the feeling the Pacers are done. That's just my feeling. My feeling they're done.
At least they went to the finals.
Yeah. Hey, Veggie, we're back. Internet issues. Internet. It wasn't even internet issues. It was I jiggled the cord.
I feel say they jiggled the cord.
I said, I'm going to move this a little bit. And then as soon as I did it, it said,
Nah, how
Yeah,
about my
no,
what?
no. I was just gonna say, I get the feeling that was it, and it's sad. As a Pacer fan, um, I get the feeling that was the final straw. That's it. That was it. That was it. That's it. They made a great run. That was it. Anyways,
well, ChatGPT said 2027, the Bengals are going to win a Super Bowl.
well, the Bengals, but I'm talking about the Pacers. But,
Your bro, look, he's funny.
hey, the Bengals are my favorite team too. Hey, so maybe the
Joe Burrow.
Bengals. Yeah, Joe Burrow. Yeah.
See, that's what I said. Now you can move on to the Bengals, is what I'm getting at.
I'm sorry, but my Rams beat you guys in the
Yeah.
Super Bowl. Sorry.
Thanks, Nick. Nick's trying to move me on. Get me past my depression. Yeah. Yeah. Get the past.
Everybody's so happy we all have gray shirts on.
I know, isn't that weird? Yeah, I got. That's right. I got a gray shirt. Yeah,
Gray hat.
but yeah, and a gray.
I'm gray like the gray of the sky,
Hey,
like the
hey,
gray of the
what's great?
sky, like the
Hey,
gray of the.
Nick. Hey, Nick. Since
What?
the Pacers lost, since the Pacers lost and everything, and I'm sad. I'm gonna wear gray. It's all gray. It's gray. The Pacers. Oh man. Hmm.
All right, let's see what ChatGPT said.
That is funny that we're all wearing gray. That's fucking hilarious.
ChatGPT predicts the Cubs will win the World Series in 2029.
Yeah, but what about the Bengals and the Pacers?
We already told you, 2027 for the Bengals.
Yeah, what about the Pacers?
Are we
No.
all just going to trust ChatGPT?
Yeah. No.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, check out the Pacers, Indiana Pacers basketball.
They know something we don't. Well, there you go, Veggie. 2029. You got something to predict?
What was that?
Or no? What it is? ChatGPT says that they don't see the Pacers winning a championship anytime soon.
Oh
What?
shit.
Sorry.
Holy crap! What?
Yes, because I didn't like
What?
that answer at
What?
all.
Justin's
I don't
like,
like that answer.
And it
Justin's
says
like, is that
it
real?
doesn't predict him winning it anytime soon. That's the first time I've ever seen it say that.
Wow. And I'm
How
a
about the
Pacers
Dodgers?
fan,
If you
and
ask
you
for
know what?
hey, ask the Dodgers. The Dodgers winning next year to this year, next
Oh,
50
you
years.
want the Dodgers now?
Hey, Nick, as a Pacers fan, you know what? I'm sad. I'm depressed. Suicidal. Suicidal. Oh,
Don't say that.
no, no. I'm just.
The Dodgers are going to win in 2028.
Who wins this year then? In 2026 or
Jesus Christ.
2025?
Oh man. Oh. Oh,
For MLB, right?
Yeah.
The
hmm.
Atlanta Braves.
Braves.
Braves this year.
They're playing like shit, so I think your
That
shit
makes
is fucking
sense. That
loud.
makes sense. It's always that team.
Man, Nick, I'm still stuck on the Pacers. Like, no, no chance, no chance.
Not in your lifetime, basically said.
Nick, when you said that, I'm like, in my life crashed, my sports life crashed. I'm like,
Yeah, I know.
never again. I'm never gonna see the Pacers ever win again.
Yeah, I know it does. I just have to. But yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, so you're kind of screwed then, basically.
Yeah, as a Pacer fan, you know what? I'm still gonna root for the Pacers. They're still the bit. You know what? They're the team. Come on, hey, go Pacers! Go Pacers! Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm sorry. ChatGPT said, nope, don't hold your breath. Your kids will never see it. You'll never see it. Your grandkids will never see it. No.
Come on, man. Oh,
Hey, maybe it means they're going to move to a different state or city. And it all makes sense. That was sad, Justin. I feel bad for looking that up for you. Everyone else got a year. You didn't get a year for yours.
I know. You know, mine was like never.
Well, you got the Bengals
You know,
2027 to look forward to.
that's right. I got the Bengals. Hey, and they've never won a championship ever. You know, the Bengals never. They've never won.
I'll try to get back on. We'll see what's going on. I got to get a haircut for sure. Nothing else to do. Got nothing else to do. I'm packed, ready to rock. All I got to do is pack my toiletries and shit. Boop-a-doo-boo.
Mm.
Haircut. My hair is flying.
Man, dude, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, wow, you know, who am I rooting for? You know, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm excited, dude. Royal Caribbean.
You're on vacation mode almost, right?
Dude, I'm in it. Like I said, I got the house just cleaned up, immaculate, ready to rock. That way I come back to a nice clean house. We're dropping the dog off at the babysitter. The dog has these people that always watch him when we go. Great people. They love this dog. They take pictures with the dog and give it to us. And they have a kid that like Tina likes to sleep with. So the kid sleeps with one of their kids.
That's right.
They're actually
That's
said they're
nice.
taking her on a road trip. So we got her a travel crate. So she's going to be going on a little road trip. Tina likes taking car rides, so she'll have some fun.
Road
Mm.
trip.
I like being it. That's hilarious that we're all great. How you feeling, Justin? How much have you drank this morning?
Oh, dude, I'm doing great. I'm just thinking about, you know, the Bengals and the Pacers. And I was like, man, can one of
Nick, I
them
love
win
you
a
so much.
championship in my lifetime? Can one of them win a championship in my lifetime? That's all.
Well, we already said,
You know,
ChatGPT said no on the Pacers. Bengals 2027. You got your answer.
yeah.
So no on the
I know,
Pacers.
man.
Ever,
Yeah.
ever, Justin.
Dude, I'm
Ever,
just thinking
ever,
about that.
ever, ever. It said so. And ChatGPT is never wrong.
Dude, I hope they're right. I hope they're right. You know, I really.
All right, how about this one? Let's see this one. I'm curious. Now you got me all curious. When's the Los Angeles Lakers going to win an NBA championship? From ChatGPT predictions. All right, let's look it up. You don't believe the Bengals are going to win? All right. $2,045.
What the fuck? That shit is a lie. What the fuck?
Lakers ain't winning one for a minute. They said if LeBron's on it, he's gonna be old.
He's gonna be fucking Santa Claus.
Hmm.
He's gonna be like fucking shit.
Blame it on the drink package. Blame it on unlimited too. So I'll
No,
just if I don't
dude.
like something, I'll take a sip of it and just throw it away and get another one.
No, dude. As a Bengals fan, a lifetime Bengals fan, I just want them to win eventually in my lifetime. That's all. That's all. That's it. That's it.
I just told you, you got 2027. You got a couple years. Oh, Justin, are you going to come out for the Olympics? 2028, baby.
Yeah, I'll fucking be there.
Wouldn't that be cool to go to the Olympics for something?
It's once in a lifetime. You know what I mean? In your city. You know what I mean?
It's in Long Beach too. We got some events in Long Beach. Noah didn't believe me at first.
No,
He goes, no, you
bro.
don't.
No, I what? I didn't even say what.
I was like, yeah, they do. Let's look it up. uh, oh yeah, Long Beach is going to be busy. I can't imagine fucking.
What are they gonna do with all the homeless people? You think?
They said they're trying to get rid
Send
of
them to
them.
like? Are they
They're
gonna
gonna.
send them
I
to
don't know what they're
Palmdale?
gonna do.
Are they gonna send them to like the desert area? Fucking Barstow?
I don't know. They got. The years are counting down quickly.
I feel bad for like homeless, but it's like, come on, bro. Skid Row's been there for like
Well, it's just
I
gonna
think
look.
Skid Row's been Skid, isn't Skid Row like 50 years?
Yeah, but can you imagine all these fucking out of towners walking around Skid Row?
They're gonna be like,
No.
what the
No,
fuck?
man. No.
Like, they're gonna be like, is this
No.
LA now or what? This is LA? This is LA or what?
They'll be yelling at people. Get out of here!
Yeah, that's what the homeless do. They yell. Bro, one time I drove through Skid Row. I was scared, bro. I was like, bro, people are walking. They're walking like there's like 10 of them walking in the middle of the street. They don't care. You know what I mean?
No, they take up the whole
And they're
thing. They think
yelling.
you
They're
shouldn't be
yelling.
there.
They're yelling.
You shouldn't
They're not
be
even
there.
yelling at you. They're yelling at the sky or like somewhere else. I'm like, oh my, I gotta fucking get out of here. They're gonna chase me.
Dude,
It's like a zombie movie.
I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. What is LA's plans for
No.
the 2028 Olympics and taking care of the homeless population? Are they just gonna let them roll
No.
through with the homeless there?
No. Honestly, no. No. No, man.
What'd you
No.
say?
No, I was saying
Back
homeless
to Indiana?
needs to be taken care of. No. Homeless needs to be taken care of.
They said they're not bussing any of them out. Instead, they're emphasizing housing first, accelerating housing
Bro,
projects.
that shit does not work, bro. They're gonna get, like what they're talking about, those little homes they make, it's like they make little homes for them, like little fucking, it's like the size of a
No.
bathroom.
No. Homeless needs to be taken care of.
What was it, Justin?
Okay, but I've
Justin?
read it. It looks horrendous. I don't think we're going to do anything. And good luck for anybody coming into LA for the Olympics. I don't know. I don't know if I want to go to the Olympics. No, this is going to be
Long Beach would be
fucked
a good,
up.
not bad.
Long Beach might be too bad. Long Beach won't be too bad.
They'll clear them up at Long Beach.
It'll be easier in Long Beach. They more came out since COVID though. It's been a little issue. They had a little tent city off of the highway, and a lot of them started moving downtown more with the tents.
Do they allow them to go on the beach or no? Like the tent on the beach, they kick them
I
out.
don't think so. I don't think you're allowed.
But no. No. Honestly, homelessness needs to be gone, right?
Well, they already said we
Um,
looked it up. It's going to take $40 billion a year to take care of the homeless population.
Said
Yeah.
40 billion.
Yeah, I looked it up on ChatGPT once.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, so that's a lot. Because somebody said 20 million, and I looked it up, and it was like, no, it's 40 billion every year.
And the government
Every
doesn't
year.
want to pay for that shit. That's why
That's
they
a
don't do it.
lot of money. Yeah, because they were saying
That's why the
they were saying
government.
how many it is, and if you gave every one of them like $30,000, it would be like $40 billion a year. You know.
Yeah, but if you give them
Yeah.
30,000, what
Man.
they're gonna do with that shit?
Well, no, that's to like live on. You know what I mean? If you
Oh,
equate it to food and like housing and everything, you know what
yeah,
I'm
like yeah,
saying?
rehab housing
You
and shit.
know.
Yeah, because I mean, you could
You
give them
know.
a housing and that'd be X amount of money. Give them food, it'd be X amount of money, and it would add up to about
Yeah,
30,000 a person.
dude. You know, I've always wanted to get rid of homeless, but I guess that's impossible. I guess it's
It-
impossible.
no, it's
Um,
30. It's 30
I've
billion a year.
always,
No, it's 30 billion a year.
yeah, yeah.
That's just for
You
the
know,
United States. Just an FYI.
no,
Now, can you imagine how
I've
many people would want to
always,
move over here and be homeless? If that's
Holy shit!
no,
Everybody from the
I've
Middle East,
always,
everybody from the Middle East would want to come over here.
no, honestly, I've always wanted to get
100%
rid of
Grant.
home, but I guess I can't. That's not possible.
Well, that's 100% Grant.
I've
There's so
always,
many people that get homeless for so many reasons. I feel bad for them, for losing jobs, for getting sick, for family. And, a lot of people need help. And, with help, they end up getting back on their feet. They come back. And then there's a lot of people that use it for the wrong reasons. And because of that, it's hard to get everybody taken care of. If really the homeless, but and all the other issues is also mental. There's a lot of mental issues. They close down a lot of mental asylums and stuff. So a lot of them people who have mental issues have nowhere to go. They go to hospitals who don't really have the equipment and means to treat homeless, mental issues. So, the mental people really need like a mental place, a hospital to go to just for mental people. But mental health and jobs, but other than that, anybody who's abusing it, that's just wasting the system, wasting the money, and it's not going for the right people who actually need it. So, but that's the truth. Because I
no,
think they already
man,
said, I guarantee like 40% or more is probably like abusing it.
Now,
no,
like that's what I say.
man,
I feel for the homeless people, dude. But like this is what I say. Like I'm not being a dick, bro. I'm a little person, bro. Like
Yeah.
I'm able to get a job. I know some people like they get divorced and the dad has to live in the car because he can't afford like child support or he's working. You know what I mean? It's like I feel those guys, bro. You know what I mean? Those
Yeah.
people I feel 100% for, and I like you know what I mean. The guys that actually like try to push it back. You know what I mean? But like it sucks because when you get older, you don't have family no more, right? Or no, like when you're younger, you have like family to tell you like, hey, you fuck up, or you have so many times to fuck up, then you're gone. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
mm.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
no, dude, no, no, dude. Um, uh, you're 100% right. 100%. Wait, 100% right. Um, you know, um, it's sad that we have these people, in our society, that struggle. They can't live on their own. They have no money, no food, and I've always been an advocate against homelessness, um, and it's really sad. It's really sad because these people deserve a home and food, a home and food. They deserve that, and they don't get that. They don't get it, you know.
but yeah,
They
if
could get it, but they don't. They could get it. Like I live in the valley, and they have those little homes for them. There's like 50 little like little houses. Like they look like you could buy them at Home Depot, right? You know what I mean? Whatever, like the little
Yeah,
homes. You
no
can buy like
shit.
it's kind of yeah, it's weird, but most of them like Justin, they don't want to go in because you have to get checked when you go in, and most of these guys might have shit on them or some shit. You know what I mean?
But again, a lot of them also
Yeah,
are on drugs
yeah,
and stuff. They don't want you to be,
Yeah.
getting drunk every night, if they're
Yeah,
trying to get on
coming
your
back.
feet and
Yeah,
you keep
coming
doing
back.
stuff
Yeah.
like that, you're never going to get on your feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the other issue. So you also, yeah, we didn't even talk about that, the addiction crisis for homeless people. So yeah, mental health,
Fentanyl.
there's so many issues
Fentanyl.
for being homeless. Yeah,
The
it's
fucking
it's it's a
shit.
very large dynamic when you really think about it. It just keeps growing. But the people
That's
who
why we should
abuse it,
always
but the
look
people who
above us.
abuse
But
it, people who
no,
abuse it, the
no,
money
wait,
doesn't go towards
wait,
the right people who actually should use it, to be honest with you.
no, wait a minute, wait a minute. No, no, a lot of these people that are homeless, eh, they lost their job. Maybe they had a good family, with their kids, their wife, etc. Or they turned to drugs, and they lost their life. They lost their way. Drugs, alcohol, um, and you know, No, to me, it's really sad and unfortunate that these people don't get the help that they need and the help that they deserve because they lost their way in life. Well, all, all of us go through tough times in life. All of us go through tough times. And I think it's really a shame that, these people lose their home, their life, their wife, their kids. And they lose it all and nobody cares. Nobody cares about them. That's really a shame. That's a shame. Yeah.
Well, here's my opinion on all that. Honestly, again, I'm gonna go back to the people who do abuse it. If nobody abused the system, right? Where you had people who really had addiction issues, had mental health issues, who had lost their job, had health issues, all the issues that you can actually see that are actual issues. You didn't have anybody actually abusing the system at all. Okay. You're gonna have people go into the polls and they're gonna vote on it. Also, you're gonna have less money that's gonna be need to put into it because you're not giving it away to people who don't need it, right? So you're gonna have less money that needs to go towards it. You're gonna have people who are gonna want to vote for it because most people don't want to vote for it because they worry about it going towards the wrong people. Now the problem is how to get to the right people and get the wrong people off of the system. That's almost impossible, and it's such a crazy dynamic that can hardly be done. But that is the issue, though. If it could be going towards the right people, I guarantee people would vote for it and it would be taken care of.
Oh yeah. Yeah, dude. These people, look, Nick, uh some of and most of these people that are living on the streets, no home, no roof over their head, no air conditioning, no heating, um, living poor, literally trying to find food just to eat, find food, something to eat. Um, you know, to me, it's really sad and really unfortunate because a lot of these people that are living this way are doing it in unfortunate circumstances. They could actually be living, a decent lifestyle, a halfway decent lifestyle. Um, but a lot of them can't because the politics in the world that we live in. And, I'm sorry, but no military serviceman should ever be homeless. Not one military person should ever be homeless, and
Oh, well,
that's it.
that's another good point. Yeah, I mean, you serve for your country and stuff. That's a definitely
Yeah,
shouldn't forget and just, throw them out when they do so much.
yeah.
When a lot of these other people sit at home and never ever have served.
Yeah, exactly. They're freaking working their ass off for the country to serve our freedom in our nation, and then they end up homeless. That's fucking. I'm sorry. Hey, hey, hey. Excuse my French. That's messed up.
Well, I mean, that's something that could be solved. We know all the military people, so we could easily take care of them. That could be a simple one to be
Yeah.
taken care of. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about anything else. We already know they served, and if we're gonna just say we're gonna take care of them, we're gonna take care of them. So
Yeah.
that's what we should do. But then the other homeless people that have mental health issues and this, that, and the other, and the people are abusing it, it's dialing in who really needs it. You probably got to put a lot of people on it where you're just going to have these people getting checked, double checked. Hey, how do we get you on your feet? Do you need to work? Why is it? When you see people are really young and healthy and they're on it and stuff for years and years and years and years, that's abuse in the system.
Mm. Oh yeah. No, totally. You know, um, yeah, you're always gonna have people abusing, and breaking the laws and cheating the system. Um, but in terms of overall well-being in life, no, I think that's wrong. No, I think it's wrong that people are like, oh, you know, uh, I did this for my country. I served this country or this educational system. It's like, no, no. Did you go to the war for this country? Did you fight for this country? And it's like, no, you didn't. That's the answer. You know?
Richard said many people are born into it. Well, me and Justin definitely didn't grow up rich. We were definitely on the bottom of the food chain. So, I mean,
Yeah, we were
it is
poor.
what it
Oh,
is.
we were poor. We were dirt poor. Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is. You can't always look back though. That's the other thing. You got to keep looking forward, guys. The other thing is a lot of people will go to counseling and stuff, and it's because they always want to talk about their past, and the past means so much, and you got to be able to get over it at a point. But you also can't always blame. Like I see so many people blame their parents and this, that, and the other, and they're like, it's like you're 40 some years old, you're 30, you're in your late 20s. At a point, you just got to kind of like, they're not
Yeah.
involved in your choices. You know what I mean? You're making your own choices. You're a
Yeah.
big boy.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Uh,
no, dude, exactly. Honestly, you and I, Nick, you know this better than anybody. You know, we grew up dirt poor. We had nothing. Honestly, I remember times when, we were lucky to have like some crackers on the table. Let's have some crackers, you know, or spaghetti once in a blue moon. That was a gourmet. Hey, wait, that was gourmet. Spaghetti. Have some spaghetti and maybe bread. Um, and things like that. And it's like as you grow up and you get older, it's like, you know what, no, it's true. We grew up in a really really tough poor environment as kids growing up. And when I hear these people say, oh, I had a tough blah blah blah, no, you didn't. You didn't have it tough. Not compared to me. You didn't have it tough. And that's what really pisses me off. You can go, hey, who cares? Yeah,
yeah. Uh, Sometimes our mom would say we were hungry, and she'd say, "Go to sleep. You'll sleep it off."
yeah, go to sleep. Yeah, go to sleep. Go to
uh,
sleep. Yeah,
oh well, they
yeah.
tried their best, but it was tough. Money was a lot. Our dad didn't make a lot of money at the time, so yeah, it was tough.
Oh yeah, exactly. And guys, anyone listening, don't get me wrong. I love my mom to this day, and my dad who's passed away. He died last year. I love, you know, honestly, my parents mean the world to me. They mean the world to me. You know, they mean the world.
It just doesn't mean we had a
They
lot of money growing up.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of money. That's it. Yeah.
Sometimes you don't get a birthday present or a Christmas present. It's all good.
Yeah,
That's why I tell
sometimes,
people people should always
yeah.
be. That's why I tell people always be blessed.
Yeah.
Not like well, like people that are spoiled or like people like not like that. I'm not spoiled, but sometimes like when you're younger, you don't appreciate shit, but then like you recognize it later. Like damn, you know what I mean? Fuck, you know what I
Oh
mean? Like I
yeah.
fucked
I
up, bro.
spoil my kid. Mm.
Nah, but it's like no, but like a lot of stories, like how Justin said, a lot of people don't appreciate shit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Until like the last second. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, so
Until
many
their
people
parents
so
are
many
dead.
people have it harder, you know.
That's what I'm saying. So, but a lot of people that are spoiled don't appreciate anything their parents do until they're on their deathbed. You know what I mean?
Well, even as bad as me and Justin had it, I'm sure there's many, 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 many people out there way worse than that even, so.
Uh, yeah, some
We
people
still had
probably
we had
there's
we had a roof over our head, we had electricity sometimes, we sometimes lost
see
that,
that's what
but
matters. A roof over your head is
Yeah,
electric.
we
oh
had
yeah,
Electricity.
I
running
love the way you
water.
said that.
We
I
had
love
running
the
water sometimes we lost that too, but we definitely had a roof over our head for most of the time, except we were in a trailer. That trailer was pretty bad that one time.
Oh yeah, New Bern,
Mm.
North Carolina. Yeah. Oh no, dude. No, guys. Anyone listening? You know what? Look, I'm not trying to like be like the little bitch that's like, oh, poor me. Feel sorry for me. No, I'm not like that. No, but we had a tough time growing up. Like honestly, basic essentials. Like one meal a day was rare. We didn't get that every day. We didn't always have one meal a day. And that's why when I hear these people, complain, about their lifestyles, like, man, dude, I was happy to get one meal a day. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Our
That's
fridge,
it.
when you opened it, was like an empty fridge. It would look like you just moved
Hey
into our
Nick, our
house.
fridge was condiments. Our fridge was condiments.
Yeah, we did have
Condiments. Our
condiments.
fridge.
We did have some condiments. Oh,
Yeah.
that was funny. Good times. Good times.
But yeah, but yeah,
uh,
yeah, and you know what? And you know what? I am proud to grow up that way. I'm just proud. I feel good about myself. Um, Proud. My parents did the best they could. It wasn't the greatest. Um, and that's it. I'm proud of all of that. Hey, it wasn't the greatest upbringing. We weren't rich. I remember Nick. I remember you telling me in Georgia, Gainesville, you would go to parties with your friends, and they all had rich parents. Hey, that's the way it is in life. Sometimes that's the way it is.
yep. Yep. That's how it is. Roll the dice. Sometimes you win heads. But again, there's other people, like I said, that was either lived in their cars, or
Yeah,
possibly on the street. We lived in a hotel for almost a year, a really shitty Motel
yeah,
6 for
yeah,
about a
yeah,
year. That was,
yeah.
can you imagine us four in a little tiny Motel 6? That was, that was a tough one. That was about
Yeah,
as close
yeah.
as we got to homelessness, I think.
That's right. I remember Nick,
Uh,
Nick, we were so poor that I remember in the hotel, I was like, man, this is like luxury. Living in a hotel was luxury.
yeah, we didn't have a place to stay, so they couldn't enroll us into school. So we skipped like a year of school too.
Yeah, we skipped
Damn.
school. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that was good times. Oh
But
boy.
yeah, it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun, at the same time.
Well, the hotel was
'Cause
fun up until like, 7 months into it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, after 7 months, like, that's child abuse.
A
No.
year later, we had to go to
Oh no.
laundromats. We had to take our clothes to laundromats to get them all cleaned up.
Yeah, I
Uh,
remember. Yeah.
that was good times. Uh, but
No,
yeah,
no, I remember. Dude, I remember at hotels, I used to think, oh, yeah, at least I don't have to go to school. I was like, hey, this is fun. That's cool. You know, but isn't that kind of sad? That's sad.
that is sad.
But
That's
I
why
was like,
again
yeah,
I
yeah,
spoil Sebastian because I didn't get it, so he gets extra spoiled.
no, and he deserves that. He deserves, no, he deserves it.
Yeah.
Um, no, honestly, though, like you and Sebastian and everything, that's the ideal. Look, that's the ideal way to live, And so many people are like, oh, you're fucking a snob or whatever, blah, blah, blah. No, no, no. A snob, I guess, if you want to call it that, is raising your child the right way, having a good time in life, making sure your kid has good, clean clothes. I guess, hey, if you want to call that a snob, fine. Call that a snob. Taking care of your family,
Speaking of
uh,
that, I'm taking him shopping for some clothes today. I did my shopping
yeah,
yesterday. Today I'm taking him.
yeah. Exactly. Taking care and taking care
Oh, yeah.
of the family.
But
You
again,
know.
like I said, I didn't get it, so he deserves it. He gets extra.
Yeah, exactly. And that is the greatest thing about America, capitalism.
Yeah.
In the United States, you know, taking care of your family, your children, your wife, your kids, your cousins. Um, I think that's part of it. Taking care and being able to do it. Having the ability to take care of your family. That's it. You know.
I couldn't imagine always just, guarantee hoping the government took care of me.
Yeah, exactly. You guys, Nick, you didn't say, "Hey, I want the government to help." No, you did it yourself. You did it yourself. You know, that's the thing.
But yeah. But yeah. Richard, you're right. Many people are born into it. Doesn't mean you have to stay in it though. Dude, I saw this one girl who was so cool. She was like valedictorian of like high school or college, and this girl had nothing. Her parents died, like bottom of the barrel, like in an orphan home, and she ended up being like, she worked her way out of it. It can be done.
That shit sucks. But if your
Oh,
both parents die, bro,
Yeah,
that's the worst, man. Growing like you find out like when you get older, like fuck that shit.
yeah.
no, dude, no. Anyone can work their way out of it. For example, hey Nick, look at you guys. Work your way out. Just be motivated and work hard for your family. That's it. You
Oh
know.
yeah. Me and Jen didn't
Um,
always live in super nice apartments. We had lived in a pretty couple shitty ones in Long Beach when we first started. That Florida one
yeah,
wasn't the best. We had no air conditioning. That was
yeah,
worse. That was horrible.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I get pissed off when I hear people say, "Ooh, you got lucky," or "You got this," or that. No, dude, look at Nick. Hey, guys, anyone in the chat that's being a bitch right now, that's being, snobbish. Ooh, no, look at Nick. Hey, this dude worked his ass off. Nick worked his ass off. Look, Nick worked his ass off, and hey, you know what? His family lives really good. They have a nice living. They're not rich. Nick's not a billionaire. He's not a billionaire, but I mean, the guy worked his ass off. And and, 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 and most importantly, his wife. They both
Yep.
worked, and that's it. You know,
That's what you gotta do. I mean, you know me, even when I was younger, I always worked like 40 plus hours a week.
yeah,
Gotta
well,
grind.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I get pissed when people say, "Oh, you're lucky." You're lucky about this. No, no, no. Yes, don't get me wrong. Some people are lucky. Some people get lucky. You know, but like in general, most people like Nick work their ass off and they work hard. And they try to like make something of themselves. And most people's like, "Oh, you're a fucking loser, you're lucky," blah blah blah. That pisses me off. That pisses me off. Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
But
But that's true though. How's the weather in Ohio, bud?
oh, fucking hot. Freaking
Right
hot.
right
It's been
now
like 100. Yeah.
right now it's hot?
Yeah, look up the temperature right now. It's like freaking 100 degrees. Yeah. Right.
What's the temperature in Sydney, Ohio right now? Yeah, let's see. It's pretty cool out here. I got the door open. 90.
Yeah, and what does it feel like? What's it feel like here in Sydney?
Uh Feels like 95.
Yeah.
Supposed to be, yeah, 95, 95. And right now it is 64 degrees here.
Wow, so we're like 30 degrees hotter.
Yeah. And that's
Climate
why
change or what? Try.
that's why I live in Southern California by the beach. It's got to be by the beach. Otherwise, you could be out in the fucking desert.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. Uh, uh,
That's crazy. It's 100 degrees everywhere.
that's fucking crazy.
Dude, yeah, it's
Like,
almost 100. Dude, Nick, you know how Mom and Al don't like to use the air? Well, it's been so hot here, it's running constant. They don't stop the air. It's constant air conditioning. Yeah,
Well, our high
that's how
today
hot.
is 70 degrees. Our high tomorrow is 71. Our high Thursday is 70. Our high Friday is
What?
70.
That's
Our
it?
high Saturday is 72. Well, we're always in the 70s by
Dude,
the beach, bud.
our high
74,
is
I told you,
100. 100.
74, 76 degrees. It gets 76 the other day. I thought it was hot as hell. I didn't even want to go outside at 76.
Dude, our highs are 100 now, right now. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. You think I'd have my door wide open if it was hot? It's cooler outside than even I keep my AC, baby.
Dude, if you were here, you'd be like, what the fuck? You would like shit yourself if you were here.
That's nice is tomorrow I get to leave and it's gonna be nice and cool when I leave. That's why I grabbed some jeans and shit because it's gonna be kind of cool on the cruise. Probably out in the
But
ocean, it'll
no,
be at 60s degrees or so. It'll be pretty cool in the ocean.
no, dude, we gotta hang out, and just hang out.
Dude, you should come out in October. Everybody's coming out.
Well, I'm sorry, I totally forgot the name. What? I'm sorry, dude. What's your name again?
Noah? Like
Yeah,
Noah's Ark?
no.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. I didn't write your name down, dude. Nothing against you. I just have a really bad memory.
Here,
My
oh, I got it.
memory
I
is so
got it.
bad.
I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Bam.
Yeah.
There you go. I'll put it on the
Um,
screen for you. That help?
yeah, Noah.
You can't see it. His eyes are closed. Oh well. Tried to help you. I'll put yours up. But yeah, Veggie
No,
Sam's coming out, bud, on October. Everybody's gonna be coming down. You should come out October 25th to like the 31st.
dude, Noah. We all need to hang out, man. You're freaking cool. I love you, man. Dude, Noah, you're my favorite. You're
It'd be
actually my
almost
favorite.
like
That's
if there
right,
was a
dude.
day everybody's coming out recently, to hang out, That'd be cool.
I know that'd be
Yeah.
freaking cool. Well, now, where are we gonna hang out? Vegas or
Well, why don't you gotta get down here first? You gotta come down. So we're thinking the end of October.
I don't know, Vegas?
Well, they're gonna get a room down here at Newport Beach.
Oh fuck yeah, that's fine.
They'll
Newport
do
Beach.
They were thinking at Huntington Beach, Newport Beach, they were thinking of getting an Airbnb.
Oh man, why Airbnb? What about
A
a nice
Motel
hotel?
6? A Motel 6? You wanna go nostalgic?
No, no. What about the Hyatt Regency?
Well, you can't party or smoke in those, so just so you know.
Well, that's true. That's true.
You can do that in a Motel 6, though, especially outside.
I don't want to be like a killer movie. Someone come knocks on my door in a Motel 6.
Yeah,
Fucking
why don't we
blasted
get
open.
we need to get an old Motel 6 on one floor, and you
Everybody.
guys all
Yeah.
lined up at each one of them.
Hey, I was wrong, man. Hey, I was wrong. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
all aliens, actually. Only aliens wear
Fucking.
gray.
Look, look. Hey, look. Gray.
We are the
Gray.
grays. See, we're telling you subliminally. This is what our normal skin color is. Gray.
Hey, look.
Bro,
Hey,
I didn't mean.
hey.
Uh, got the
No,
darker gray.
dude.
I've been out in the sun a little long.
Hey, look. Hey, look at this. I got my gray. I got my gray. No. Um,
So October
no,
it
dude,
is. Book the tickets. Book the tickets.
no, dude, that's gonna be freaking fun. Hang out,
If you don't
party.
want to stay in their Airbnb, you can stay at my place too.
Yeah, I can stay at your place and I can molest you.
Oh, calm
On
down. Watch your
GTA, on
words.
what the
Jesus Christ.
on GTA, but no.
You're drinking a little too much. You're having a good time. Okay, let's do your Terminator voice. Everybody said you do the best Terminator.
Okay, here's my Terminator. I'm a friend of Sarah Connor's. Where is Sarah Connor?
Oh, that was so good. Do it one more time. I want to. Anything else? I turned your volume up. I want to hear it.
I'm a friend of Sarah Connor's. I was told she was here. Can I see her, please?
That was pretty good. I didn't even think I didn't. That was pretty damn good. I like that one.
Can I see her, please?
Any other lines?
That's it. That's
Oh,
all I got.
that's all I
All
get.
I got.
How about I'll be back? You can't do I'll be back? You can't do the I'll be back one?
Wait. Let me do the I'll be back. I'll be back.
That was good. No Australian accent. Yeah, exactly. Because he was dubbed. He's doing Terminator 1. He said no Austrian accent. Austrian. I'll be
Oh
back.
man.
Sarah
I'll be
Connor.
back.
Are you Sarah Connor?
Oh.
I have a message for you.
Speaking of that,
That was
man. Let's see. Speaking of that, wouldn't you guys agree that the first Terminator was cooler than this second? What do you think? I
I,
mean, I mean the Terminator himself, the robot.
yeah, I know you prefer it.
Yeah, what do you guys think?
I don't know. I like the second one. First one's old.
Yeah, wasn't the first one though cooler? Like sort of. Nick, I love the way you're like, no.
Danny Boy says T2. I actually prefer Terminator 5 or 6, whatever the last one was.
I love Terminator 1 when he walked into the PlayStation. Oh, that was the best.
Terminator 4, please. You
Oh,
know,
my friend is so
the one that
fine.
makes no sense. All right,
Oh,
guys, I got
man.
some stuff to do. I'm gonna get off here for a little bit. Noah, thanks for coming on, bud. I'm gonna try to get on here in a
alright.
little bit. Like I
Oh,
said, I've
no.
got.
No, wait. Noah, dude, we need to keep in contact. What's your.
Well, get on the.
Well,
He's in the Discord. He's in the Discord, bud.
yeah, I'm in the Discord. I'm in the Discord.
Yeah. Yeah. We need to keep in contact, dude. No.
Alright.
All right, guys.
Alright, Nick.
Noah, thanks for coming on. Justin, I'll call you in a sec. I want to hear what you had to say. All right, guys, stay high, stay faded, guys.
Alright.
Peace out.
Okay.